Hello, hello. What's up, Hugh? First one to the stream. Hope you're doing good, bro. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good weekend. Still have a bunch of articles to read. Let's see. I should probably be getting the articles ready before I start the stream. That'd probably be smart. But it's fine. They're doing construction in front of my house, so I can't leave, unfortunately. It's so stupid, bro. I'm so sick of the construction, man. I'm so sick of the construction. Why are they still doing it? Let's see. I think I was somewhere here. So there's quite a bit more articles, but the first thing we might as well go through is there's something on Reddit. I don't know if it's just like bots, or I'll talk. Let me start recording before we get to it. It's probably bots. It's probably like photoshopped stuff. I'm not sure though. Let's see. Where did it start at? I don't remember. Somewhere here. Yeah. Good weekend? Good, bro. Good. Glad. What's up, Moose? How you doing, bro? How you doing, Moose? All right. What's up, Hugh G? We got the double Hugh. The double Hugh in the house. Slept for 11 hours? Good lord, bro. Do you have a good... He must have had a good weekend. He must have had a good weekend. Hugh times 2. There you go. Hugh times 2. Alright, I don't know how I'm gonna start this stream clip. What's up, Justin? How you doing, bro? Are we buying Target? I'm not sure. I don't even know if these posts are real or not. I don't trust anything on Reddit, so I'm just making a stream clip out of it. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. So I'm gonna make the stream clip real quick, but hope you're doing good, Justin. I've seen a couple of your comments in my YouTube videos, so appreciate you commenting, bro. Really appreciate it. And I don't know if this is true, but just like judging by your comments, I feel like you're like kind of getting down on this investment, and you just need to like look at it in a bigger picture, bro. Like, you know, the market's down over 8% and the stock's barely moved. The downside risk protection is more important than the upside. That's really where you gotta look at. Like, that's the whole point of this investment. That's why I'm all in it. It really never was for the upside. It's always been for the potential downside risks. Played 5 hours on The Sims. Damn, that's a lot. Fusion, ha! Tried it out and saw some Target GameStop stuff on Google Maps by me. I couldn't see anything on mine. I even looked up the GameStop that closed near where I live, because there's a Target literally right there, but I didn't see it. Let me let's look. Maybe it only works on the phone as well though. Here, I'll look it up on my phone, but because if it was going to be at any Target, I feel like it would be at that one. Because why would they close the GameStop right by the Target, you know? But I couldn't, personally, I couldn't find anything like that. But I didn't try it on my phone. I just tried it on the web. So I don't know if it's a little bit different on the phone or not. Hey, appreciate the $5, Justin. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate the $5. God bless, bro. Michael Burry knows what's up. Hey, I gotta give Michael Burry his flowers. I don't want to, but he did predict the market was gonna go down, so shout out to him. Shout out to him. As far as his GameStop investment thesis, I was in GameStop before him, so I don't know. But he did predict the market was gonna go down, so I'll give Michael Burry his flowers. I'll give them to him. I don't want to. I don't want to, but I'll do it. See, let's see. Target. See, this is standby for home goods, clothing, and more. So I don't. Yeah, I don't. None of those say anything for me, unfortunately, but it's whatever. Also saw a Substack screenshot today of Burring saying he bought more GME and a couple other stocks. I saw that too. I used to have a insider on Substack, one of Muma's homies, but I'm not sure. I don't think they watch the stream anymore. I'm not sure that they watch the stream anymore. I used to have the insider, but that was on Twitter as well. I hate Twitter. I'm so glad I deleted Twitter, honestly. Although, you know, I do have Discord, but nobody sends info on Discord. I don't think anybody really uses Discord unless you're like a gamer. What's up, AA Ron? Clickbait title worked on me. I mean, it's clickbait, but it's not. I don't know. I'm going to make a stream clip real quick, though. So last night on Reddit, a bunch of people started posting screenshots of Target on Google Maps where it says GameStop games in store. This one says Game Shop USA at Target. I'm not really sure if these are like photoshopped or anything. I don't know if they're real. Like, I can't verify any of this because I haven't seen it for myself, but other people in my chat, and there's a lot of screenshots, like see Target, GameStop, game stores, Target. There's so many screenshots of people seeing GameStop inside Target or just like in the little description on Google Maps. And I'm pretty sure these ones are photoshopped. Like this says GameStop game store on the Target website. I'm pretty sure those are photoshopped. Like I can't verify or anything. Hopefully people in the comments below can judge whether this is real or not, because personally I cannot verify this, but there's so many screenshots. This GameStop games store Target recently viewed, and this guy posted 2 of them. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting whether they acquired Target or not. I guess we'll see. And you know, people are also posting for Walmart, so I'm pretty sure these are all photoshopped, but the Google Maps ones are really interesting. I think the Google Map ones are legit as far as I can tell, but yeah, I'm not really sure. It's very weird. Like this one's a Walmart one. Like I wish we could verify this, but we can't. We just got to take Reddit's word for it. And as you guys know, I don't trust Reddit at all. Most things that are posted on Reddit are not correct, and just they're just, it never turns out, bro. People post these things and get all hyped up and it never turns out. So, you know, did GameStop acquire Target, or are they collabing with like Walmart, Target, Best Buy to go like put vendors inside of those stores? Like I don't know what's going on, but pretty interesting news being spread throughout Reddit right now. Yeah, I can't make a very long stream clip for that, unfortunately. Only 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes for that. I'm gonna edit that real quick. Nah, I can't verify, I don't know. Whenever I look it up, it doesn't say anything like that. You can't be promoting people in here, bro. Especially people in the GameStop community, not allowed to be promoted. But what's up, Grady? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Kenny? It's most likely not even real. I'm just talking about it for the stream clip, realistically. But I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't trust anything you see on Reddit ever, because it's all bullshit, honestly. I wouldn't trust it. So last night on Reddit, throughout Reddit right now, I don't think I need to cut any of that. I just need to get that. Did I do quick export? What did I do? Okay. Target. Try searching GameStop in Manhattan on Google Maps. GameStop Manhattan. Wouldn't it be Target? Yeah, they all say standby for home goods. Every single one of these. I'll look it up on the phone here, because I guess there could be a different interface for the phone and the web, but I don't think these are real, bro. I straight up don't think these are real. I think it's just some bots promoting some content on Reddit, because honestly, if the market continues to go down, the stock will probably continue to go down. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just, like I said, I mean, like I've always said, I can't trust anything I see on Reddit. So, you know, until I see it with my own eyes, I just can't put any weight on it. Because if it was actually like that easy, I feel like I'd be able to find it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. How would they get Target? It's 5x the value by share offering. You can raise, I mean, let's see, 24 times 400 million shares. I think they can raise 450 million. So you can raise almost 10 billion by share offering. You have 10 billion cash, and then you refinance the rest. And Target has enough assets to basically cover the 20, 30 billion you would, or did I say refinance? I just meant finance, but Target has enough assets and cash to cover the 20, 30 billion you would finance for the deal. There's a lot of ways you could do it. And also in a market that's not doing well, potentially you could get a good deal on it compared to what it's actually worth. You never know. There's a lot of ways, a lot of things. A lot of ways, a lot of things. Yeah, see, then all these on the phone say just open. They don't have like a description or anything like that. So I personally don't think that's real. I don't think that's real. Target. Don't think it's anything significant, but the 10 must go on. No, I disagree. If it's not real, if it can't be verified, I don't trust it. Just changed for me a minute ago. Who knows? I see people saying they might buy Snap. People say a lot of things, but do they know what they're talking about? Most of the time, no. And Snapchat's kind of terrible, so I don't know why they would buy that. Kind of weird how like you can have a random bot farm just promote a piece of content like that and everyone believes it. It's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. What's up, Ruben? How you doing, bro? Damn, I'm stealing this guy's thumbnail. I don't even care. I'm stealing it. It's a great thumbnail for me. Then you gotta go find a photo of Ryan Cohen just to throw on in there. And I'll read some articles here in a little bit. I just want to get this stream clip out. Let's do this one. It's funny looking. Oops. Magic select that shit. What in the world is up with this? There you go. Does it have his suit? I don't even... Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, his suit's not black in the photo. Gotta make him a little smaller. A little smaller. That might have been too small. I'm buying more GME Friday. Nice. Nice. That sounds fantastic. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. The market's a little sus. I'm just being honest. The market's a little sus. I'm gonna add one more thing to this, even though I don't think it adds literally anything. Let's see, where is it? Oh, I think. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Hopefully that's small enough, because I do not know. God damn it, dude. Ah. Why? Why? Why is it such a large thing? Whoops. This is ridiculous, bro. Taking way too long. I'm about to just not have this in there. Putting way too much effort into a video that's gonna get like not even 100 views. Heard Gme might buy Tesla. Wouldn't it be nice if like people actually brought like real conversation into this stream instead of just like nothing? Wouldn't it be nice to talk about something like actually legit that actually matters instead of just like making things up? I wonder if that's ever going to be like a thing. Probably not. I don't think that's ever going to happen. All right, I'm giving up on this. I'm just going to post it like this. There's never any good conversation to be had. Only sometimes, every now and then, someone cool will come in here and have like some good conversation, but it's pretty rare. Pretty rare. What a terrible thumbnail, but whatever. We're using it. Okay. 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 What happened to... Oh. I lost my news articles. Somewhere here. There we are. Alright, let's see. I don't need to read that one. This probably isn't great. This is probably just some terrible article. Yeah. Terrible. There is one I want to read, potentially. I don't know if it's any good or not. I just saw someone post about it. What's this? This is, I already did a Bitcoin one, so I don't need to read that. Don't need that, so none of those are good. Even though probably all of these are about Bitcoin. I did a Gengar one. I probably should have read this article for the Gengar one. That would have been nice. I can't believe how much that Gengar card's selling for. That shit's crazy, dude. Didn't you get that card, Hugh G? Didn't you get... Someone in here got that card. I thought it was Hugh G. But that's a crazy pickup. That's like a... Unless you have a perfect 10, you sell that thing immediately, I feel like. That's crazy. These guys make terrible AI articles, so can't read that. No good articles. No good articles. All right. Where's the one I was looking for? This one could maybe be good. What the heck? I mean, it's a good summary, I guess. This is a German website? Interesting. I'm on a German website. Alright, there's not that many articles. I still have all the ones from last week. I guess I'll read that one. Nope, don't want that. Where's the article I was looking for? Oh, it's this one, I think. Yeah, oh, it's kind of short. That's lame. I was hoping this article would be long. Oh wait, it is a little bit longer. Okay, whatever, that sucks. I thought that article was going to be a little better. Anything else here? Chart analysis. Maybe this. Maybe that. I'm just, we don't need to read that one. Okay. I'll open all those. Now we got a bunch of articles to read, which I don't even know. Might just clip dump all of them. Might just have to clip dump them. I'll read this one first, because this, I think this has a funny thing in it. Alright. Dude, there's so many ads on this website. What the fuck, bro? What's up, fishy friends? How you doing, man? How you doing, fishy friends? Is that how the article starts? Oh, this is the title? Okay. What an odd article. Read that article. It's trash. I will read it. It probably, I mean, most articles about GameStop are trash because they're written by AI. And I don't think AI knows what it's talking about most of the time. All right. 41-year-old electronics retailer shutters hundreds of stores. The chain faces real questions about whether it even has a product to sell. That's an interesting title. Interesting title. It becomes a challenge for a retailer to remain viable when the product it sells. When the product is. Oh, I need to restart. That was bad. All right. 41-year-old electronics retailer shutters hundreds of stores. The chain faces real questions about whether it even has a product to sell. That is a weird title, a very weird title. It becomes a challenge for a retailer to remain viable when the product it sells no longer requires customers to leave their home to buy it. Unless you actually want to own the game, then you need the physical product. That's a phenomenon that has hurt countless industries. Bookstores, for example, struggled when digital books became an option for readers. That's fair, but I think owning the physical book is still a thing people like. Music stores essentially disappearing, becoming more of about novelty than selling products once streaming music made the concept of owning records more or less obsolete. Records are also another valuable thing to own. A lot of those things are nostalgic and people collect them, and they have a lot of those things. Obviously there's a lot of products in those categories that are worthless, but there's a lot of products in those categories that have only gone up in value. So I just don't agree that streaming and digital products have made physical ownership irrelevant or less obsolete. I think now more than ever, physical ownership is more important, because if you're buying a digital product or streaming music or something like that, you don't actually own what you're consuming. You're just a consumer. That's so, I don't know. In my opinion, physical media is more important than ever. Now the video game space has undergone a similar transformation. You can now download most games straight to your console, which makes gaming stores an unnecessary relic. The Entertainment Retailers Association reports that a staggering 89.5% of video game purchases were digital downloads in a recent period, leaving a mere 10.5% as physical sales. While 90% sounds like a dominant figure, it's crucial to contextualize this data. The seemingly high percentage is significantly influenced by the mobile gaming market. Now that's pretty interesting. I can't verify or anything. I don't know if this is an actual real statistic or not, but mobile gaming is huge in different countries than the US from what I've heard. I've heard like in Japan, where like public transit is very prominent, there's a lot of mobile gaming. That makes GameStop a failing proposition unless it finds a product to sell other than video games, a category which has historically been its major sales driver. Well, Pokemon, toys, clothing, plushies, hardware, accessories. They sell more than just video games. Video games is a small percentage of GameStop's business, so I don't know. That's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Although, it is GameStop. That's how it originated, is selling games. There's so many products inside GameStop stores. Power packs. Now you can submit your cards to get grading. They have so many business ventures within the GameStop stores. $9 billion in cash, making 3.5% interest. You got selling covered calls on Bitcoin. What else do you want? Like, they make money a bunch of different ways. GameStop lays out its core problem. GameStop itself laid out the problem in its 2024 10-K filed with the SEC. The current consoles from Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft have facilitated download technology. Downloading of video game content to the current generation video game systems continues to grow and take an increasing percentage of new video game sales. If consumers' preference for downloading video game content in lieu of physical software continues to increase, our business and financial performance may be adversely impacted, the company shared. I mean, yeah, of course, but when is that going to happen? 30, 40, 50 years down the road? And how do people not know that physical media doesn't make a comeback, which it already is making a comeback? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. That is, of course, one of the risks of investing in GameStop's business, but I don't think that's as big of a risk as this article's trying to make it seem. To make matters worse, some hardware does not even owners to use physical games. Does not even typo? In addition, both Sony and Microsoft currently offer consoles that only allow for the purchase of digital games and content and do not work with physical software. I think they all have accessories that you can connect to the console and play physical media. Sales of those types of consoles eliminate the ability of customers to purchase physical software. which may also adversely affect our sales of both new and pre-owned physical software, GameStop added. Well, I mean, if people go back to previous consoles, I mean, it's kind of like Black Ops 7. A bunch of people are going back to Call of Duties that were released 5, 6, 7 years ago because Black Ops 7 is so garbage. So, retro consoles could make a huge comeback. Don't be talking. I don't know who that is, but don't be talking bad about people in my chat, bro. Appreciate you being here, but don't talk bad about people in my chat. I don't even know who that is, but this isn't the place for that, bro. You're in the wrong chat if you want to talk crap on people, bro. GameStop has been shrinking. GameStop founder Gary Kusin called for the chain to get smaller back in 2024. Interview with Fox Business. CEO Ryan Cohen has, quote, got to reduce the footprint of stores, he shared. The founder made it clear that efforts to pivot to other businesses have failed. They, quote, tried a bunch of things and none of them have worked, he said. Nothing works in a 10,000 store footprint unless it's historically enormous sector. Wait, what is this? This is all quotes from Gary Kusin? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Gary Kusin knows what he's talking about. I don't know if Gary Kusin knows what he's talking about, bro. GameStop actually has 1,598 stores now, down from 2.915 in February 2024. Don't they have 2,000 stores? 2,000 something? The end of this article was very weird. That was a weird turn. Fishy Friends, thank you for the 5 gifted, bro. I appreciate that, Fishy Friends. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate the 5 gifted, bro. That's about 700 locations closed in each of the past 2 years, but GameStop did say in the filings that the company doesn't expect to close a significant number of locations in 2026. Yep, but a lot of leases end in 2026, so maybe 2027 might be a bigger year for store closures. I guess we'll see. And we'll also see what they acquire. Who knows? GameStop sales have dropped. GameStop has been a managed decline for the past few years, but not all results were negative. Actually, the only reason GameStop sales were down this year, from my understanding of reading the 10K, is they're trying to divest a lot from Europe, and most of your losses came from Europe. So I think the sales are about the same if you're not counting Europe. Net sales were $3.63 billion for fiscal year 2025, compared to $3.82 billion in fiscal year 2024. SG&A expenses were $910.2 million for fiscal year 2025, compared to $1.13 billion in fiscal year 2024. Operating income was $232.1 million for fiscal year 2025, compared to an operating loss of $26.2 million in fiscal year 2024. Excluding impairment and other items, adjusted operating income was $289.5 million for the fiscal year 2025, compared to an adjusted operating loss of $26.8 million in fiscal year 2024. Net income was $418.4 million for fiscal year 2025, compared to $131.3 million in fiscal year 2024. Wedbush Securities analyst Michael Pachter thinks the path forward for the chain is clear. There is not an intelligent investor alive who owns GameStop. That's hilarious. Oh, that's who that guy was talking about. I mean, whatever. Who cares, bro? Like, I mean, the point of me deleting your message was you shouldn't talk about people like that in my chat. This isn't the place for that. Like, I don't care what Michael Pachter has to say. He's irrelevant. I don't even know who that is. So I'm not going to say anything about him. He does not see the company as being able to salvage its business model. Physical sales aren't going to ever get better, Pachter said. It's not going to ever stabilize. It will continue to decline. And the reason it will continue to decline is we have a whole generation of kids growing up who have never seen a physical copy of the game. That doesn't mean that they won't want the physical copy of the game in the future, my friend. Maybe people are going to get tired of the subscription and microtransaction models and they want to actually own their products, own their video games, and they will start buying physical media. You don't know that, Michael Pachter. And also, GameStop's business is absolutely crushing. Anyone who knows how to read a 10K can see that. So, I don't know. Pretty interesting article. Damn, I turned that into a 11-minute stream clip. That's impressive. That's impressive. That article, I had a lot to say about that article apparently, because it was not that long. It was not that long. They counted Canada, yeah, that too, but that was small. They not report assets? I don't know what you're talking about. Told you he's short. Oh well, who cares? Shorts are good. You want people to short the stock. People shorting the stock is a valuable thing. But either way, you don't have to talk bad about people in my chat. It's kind of whack. You should just love everyone, even if they say some dumb stuff in an article. But later, Matt Burrs. Later, bro. My son's looking for Pokemon Red on Game Boy Advance right now. I told him good luck. Yeah, for real. They even sell that on you. That game's gotta be worth quite a bit, huh? They got Fire Red. Oh, is that it? Is that? They got some Fire Reds, like $150 though. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. What is going on here? All right. Oh yeah, this article was pretty decent, I think. I mean, I don't know if it's decent, but it'll be an okay stream clip. All right. GameStop stabilizing. What comes next for investors? GameStop's business remains in contraction despite improvement in its turnaround strategy. Collectible sales grew by nearly 50%, but were insufficient to move the sentiment needle. Headwinds and structural sales decline remain in effect, offset by the hope that the business can successfully transition to a holding company. 5 stocks to consider instead of GameStop? What? There's other stocks besides GameStop? I didn't know that. I've been putting all my money in GameStop this whole time, and you're telling me there's other stocks? No, couldn't be, bro. I think GameStop's the only stock. GameStop's fiscal Q4 2025 results reveal a business stabilized after years of struggle. However, as good as some news is, other news offsets it, leaving the market in limbo, where it has been stuck for many quarters. The question now is what comes next, and the answer is likely to be more of the same. GameStop's stock price is stuck in a trading range, unlikely to break until the company turns the next corner. The next corner is a return to growth in its core video game business. They're gonna return to growth here this year, and they're basically at growth now. It's just nobody's seeing it for some reason. And as long as the trading range doesn't break to the downside, if it continues to make this floor in the 20s, I think that's extremely positive. I don't really need the stock to move, because as long as it's sticking around $20, you can just continue to buy more. It's pretty easy. The caveat would be long-term holders is that GameStop's core business is in a long-term structural decline, not a temporary soft spot. It should say was in a long-term structural decline, because now it is good and profitable and growing. It's going to be a massive year for GameStop. They're going to make over $1 billion, and that's without whatever they're going to acquire. Issues plaguing the industry include the high price of consoles, the impact of inflation on consumer demand, a long-delayed upgrade cycle, the cloud, and AI. The last major upgrade cycle was years ago, meaning most gamers already have the latest equipment. There's a few new consoles, mostly well, I don't know if GameStop will sell the Steam Deck, but there's a couple new consoles coming out, and Switch 2 just came out. And I feel like Grand Theft Auto 6 is basically a console release for how big it is. At the same time, a shift to SaaS and cloud based gaming is impacting the software side, leaving console makers and resellers in the cold. Looking forward, future upgrade cycles are unlikely to rival those of the past as AI capabilities and the cloud advance. GameStop's hardware and software sales are likely to experience a steady long term decline, and eventual failure as gaming consoles become obsolete. As it stands, a major shift is expected to be completed by 2030, with edge and hybrid technology taking four. Why are they so obsessed with the gaming side of the business? They have so many other ways to make money, man. Even if gaming consoles and video games do become an obsolete piece of GameStop's business, they still have so much other products and so many other ways to make money. It doesn't even matter. I think people are way too focused on the video game side of GameStop. And also, the fact that the stock doesn't move. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, the whole market's down over 8%, and GameStop stock hasn't even moved. That's, in a lot of ways, extremely positive. Downside risk is honestly more important when it comes to professional gambling than the potential upside, because in stocks the potential upside is unlimited in any stock. So if you can invest in something where the downside is protected, you're basically in potentially one of the best bets in history. But I mean, we'll see. GameStop improves profitability, sales decline persists. GameStop had a mixed quarter with strengths offset by a weakness at every turn. Revenue came in at $1.1 billion, slightly better than expected, but down more than 14% from the prior year due to declines in core businesses. Segmentally, hardware sales fell by 12.36% for the year, and software by 27%, offset by an increase in collectibles. The increase in collectibles was good news, reflecting progress on turnaround efforts, but it fell shy of moving the needle on investor sentiment. Collectibles are still less than 1/3 of the business and insufficient to offset the expected decline in other segments. With this in play, GameStop is unlikely to revert to growth or sustain it, and if it does, there are still questions about valuation. Man, dude, GameStop absolutely crushed last year, even with a sales decline in certain categories. Collectibles absolutely crushed, and you don't even have power packs in the picture. 2026 is going to have power packs. They could potentially make $2 billion in 2026 with power packs. I don't know how massive power packs is. I don't know what their revenue's like, but this is going to be a huge year for GameStop, and I don't know how people don't see it. There are no earnings forecasts available, as no analyst is bullish on this business, leaving only the current year price to earnings multiple for investors to ponder. I wouldn't take an analyst's forecast. I wouldn't put any weight on an analyst's forecast anyway, bro. Most of those people have no clue what they're talking about. As it stands, the company trades at nearly 30x earnings, commanding a significant premium, giving its incredible tepid outlook. Is that really how much it's trading? I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that. Earnings are another area of strength, though unlikely to invigorate bullish behavior. The company significantly improved its adjusted earnings by reducing the cost of sales and SG&A expenses. The bad news is that the structural improvements are mostly completed, and the business remains in decline, with assets impairments having hurt GAAP results. I just don't agree with any of this, bro. Their business may have been in decline, but it's not in decline anymore. And the only reason it really looks like their business is in decline is because they've closed so many stores. Whenever they stop closing stores, the business is only going to be growing on paper. So I don't know, man. And also, they absolutely crushed with all the cash they have. That's a significant increase in net income with all that cash. Man, there's just so many things that this article is just not even like paying attention to. They're just bashing on the stock. Asset impairments, aka the massive decline in Bitcoin's value, resulted in a contraction of GAAP profits, a 30% sequential decline in asset value, and may never be recouped. Bitcoin is down on a massive deleveraging triggered by forced liquidation as the Bitcoin price declined. Add in macroeconomic pressures and declining liquidity, and Bitcoin price action will remain pressured indefinitely. They sold covered calls on Bitcoin. They profited potentially of the downside of Bitcoin. And if they didn't profit, they definitely didn't lose as much as you would think, or potentially broke even. So I don't think a lot of people have always put weight on their Bitcoin position as well, but that's like 5% of their whole business if you're going off of assets. So Bitcoin really doesn't matter that much either. And if they're going to just sell covered calls on the Bitcoin anytime the price is up, I mean, I don't think that's a risk at all. GameStop has no buy-side support, only sell-side pressure? What? The insiders have been purchasing like crazy, bro. There's been so much buying on GameStop. What do you mean only sell-side pressure? That's actually insane. Some of the biggest figures in the stock market, like Michael Burry and Roaring Kitty's cost basis is around $20. Like, that's crazy, bro. There is an insane amount of buy-side support for this stock. The only market group interested in GME stock currently is retail traders. Definitely not. I have a whole video going through all the institutions that bought last quarter, so that's not accurate at all. The institutions that had been buying in 2025 reverted to selling late in the year and accelerated activity in early Q1 2026. This is a headwind for the market, amplified by short selling, and it could keep the market in check this year. Short interest is well off its highs, but up from the last year's lows, trending near 15%, and only needs a catalyst to spike. Analysts are likewise bearish on this stock. The two with ratings provide a consensus reduced rating and a forecast more than 40% downside. Oh, that's awesome, bro. I love that people are bearish on GameStop. Please keep shorting it. And nobody ever talks about how the warrants are shorted like 5 to 10%, and same with the bonds. So GameStop's actual short interest, if you combine the warrants and the bonds, is probably closer to like 20-25%. It's wild, bro. It's wild. Oh yeah, that's that's a stock with a lot of sell pressure. It looks like it has a lot of support at $20 to me for the past 4 years. On the other hand, price action responded favorably to recent earnings news, rising approximately 1% in pre-market trading and holding those gains after the open. The risk is that this market remains deep within its range, well below the critical resistance point, and is unlikely to set new highs. The critical resistance point is just above 2650. I would say the market selling off is probably why GameStop isn't going up. There's a lot of pressure in the market, a lot of sell pressure in the market as a whole right now. So if that wasn't happening, I would assume personally that GameStop would be up around $24, $25, pushing that resistance point that they're talking about here. GameStop's catalyst lies in its cash pile. The company is sitting on $9 billion in cash and assets, sufficient for targeted acquisitions. The hope is that the company can transition from its legacy business into a newer holding style business, diversified, and able to sustain value building activities. Yes and no. I think there's a lot of other things that make GameStop interesting, but yeah, the cash is probably one of the biggest things. Should you invest in $1,000 in GameStop right now? Oh, and this is them trying to convince you to buy other stocks besides GameStop. Boring. I'm all in GameStop, bro. I don't need another stock. I think GameStop's going to work out pretty well. And even if it doesn't, I mean, who cares? It's all the same bet. If the market crashes and never comes back and whatever, everyone's screwed anyway. So all in GameStop for me. All right. Nice. Nice. That wasn't a bad article. It was like a 12-minute stream clip. That's fire. That's fire. Ugh. All right, what have you guys been saying? Hope no one sees the growth. Only buy the actual hardware, nothing like actual game. They made a huge comeback. Yeah, vinyls are huge. Hater article. Not all these mows that have happened up to this point. It's just a hater move. Yeah, for real. I think people just don't believe in it, though. They think that it's all BS, and they don't actually think it's going to turn around. Most likely. Or they just know people are going to read a negative article. Nobody wants to read a positive article. People like the hate, you know. Hate gets clicks, that's for sure. It's like that guy who was in here earlier. He just wanted, he just wanted me to read that article so he could say that guy was an idiot or whatever he said. Like, people like negative articles. People like negative things. Okay, what's next here? I don't know which one to read next. Whoops. This one looks like it could be interesting. This is like a technical analysis one. We could read this one. I think this one will be okay. Let me see. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I can actually increase the text on this one because there's not a million ads. Oh, I'm blocking the text anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Alright. GameStop stock, chart analysis, key levels, and short-term bearish outlook. GameStop has shown a short-term rebound from its golden ratio support at 19.5, but remains in a broader bearish trend. The stock faces critical resistance levels at the 50-month EMA, 22.8, and the 0.382 Fibonacci level, 26.2, which must be reclaimed for a bullish reversal. Recent technical indicators, including death crosses on the daily and 4-hour charts, suggest a prevailing bearish momentum. If GME fails to hold the 19.5 support, it could see further declines towards the 200-month EMA at 15.4. If GameStop breaks $20, I would be extremely surprised. But I guess we'll see. And of course, GameStop's struggling and is bearish. The whole market's struggling and bearish. So I don't know if that's really that important when it comes to the whole market or the broader market as a whole. GameStop stock has staged a constructive short-term rebound, exhibiting a bullish reaction off recent lows. However, this move must be viewed within the broader context of a prevailing macro downtrend, characterized by a sequence of lower highs and lower lows on higher time frames. The key question now is whether the bounce represents the early stages of a meaningful trend reversal or merely a relief rally within an established bearish structure. For sustained upside to materialize, GME would need to reclaim critical resistance levels, break its downtrend structure, and confirm its strength through an expanding volume and continued higher highs. I also wouldn't even say GameStop's in a bearish structure. If it ever breaks $20 and you start trading, the higher teens and below 20, sure, I would agree that GameStop is bearish, but GameStop has only bounced off the lows and made higher lows. Sure, it hasn't really made higher highs, but in my opinion, GameStop is bullish because you're just really not seeing lower lows get created from that $20 level. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, GameStop's just neutral. I wouldn't even say it's bullish or bearish. It's just waiting. It's waiting for a piece of news or something, for something to happen. And then if nothing happens, it's just going to go up as the business continues to grow. Well, theoretically, it should. The stock and the business aren't directly correlated, but if GameStop's business continues to grow and you start pushing 10, 15 billion, $20 billion in assets, the stock most likely is going to go with it. Absent these confirmations, the current price action leans towards a corrective bounce rather than a structural shift, leaving the path of least resistance tilted to the downside. I guess we'll see. I haven't really seen enough selling pressure to convince me of that. With the market being down as much as it is and GameStop still just holding $20, that's not bearish in my opinion. That's just the stock not doing that well because the whole market's not doing that well. And as soon as the market starts to go back up, we'll see what happens. GameStop stock bounces off Fibonacci support but encounters strong rejections at key resistance. GameStop GME recently delivered a technically constructive bounce off its golden ratio 0.618 fib support at 19.5, following an extended downtrend that began after its summer 2024 peak near $65. This rebound marked a notable shift in the short-term momentum, allowing price to reclaim the 50-month EMA at 22.8, a level that had previously acted as dynamic resistance. Building on this strength, GME advanced towards the 0.382 Fibonacci resistance at 26.2, where it encountered a sharp and decisive rejection, signaling persistent overhead supply. In the wake of this rejection, price action now appears vulnerable to a bearish breakdown below the 50-month EMA at 22.8, which is flipped back into a critical support level. A confirmed loss of this level would likely expose a retest of 19.5 golden ratio support. Should this key structural floor fail to hold, downside risk could accelerate towards the 200-month EMA at 15.4, marking the next major long-term support zone. We have broke 22.8, so I personally don't see the stock going to 19.5, but I guess we'll see. I really don't put a lot of weight on technical analysis, although, it can be helpful. I think in the context of GameStop's business and the stock in general, with how many people are supporting the stock at $20, I'm not sure technical analysis really applies on GameStop's stock, but I guess we'll see, It's still pretty early into the potential bear market. I guess at this point it is a bear market, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. From an indicator standpoint, the monthly chart reflects a mixed but increasingly cautious outlook, while the EMAs continue to exhibit a golden crossover, typically indicative of a sustained bullish long-term trend. The momentum profile is deteriorating. The MACD lines have crossed bearishly, accompanied by a declining histogram, suggesting weak upside momentum. Meanwhile, the RSI remains neutral, offering no clear directional bias at present. And that's just a chart. GameStop previously surged approximately 30% but faces critical resistance to sustain momentum. GameStop previously rallied through 30% following its bullish reaction off the golden ratio 0.618 fib support at 19.5, demonstrating strong short-term recovery momentum. However, despite this advance, the broader corrective structure remains intact as long as the price fails to decisively break above the 0.382 Fibonacci resistance at 26.2 and the golden ratio resistance at 30. Until these levels are reclaimed, the prevailing trend continues to favor a bearish continuation scenario. On the weekly time frame, Momentum indicators are beginning to deteriorate. The MACD lines are on the verge of a bearish crossover, while the MACD histogram has been tickling lower for the past 3 consecutive weeks, both signaling a loss of bullish momentum. In contrast, the RSI remains neutral, providing no strong directional conviction. Meanwhile, the EMAs continue to display a golden crossover, which supports a bullish bias in the midterm trend despite the emerging short-term weakness. Another chart, yippee. Death cross emerges on the daily chart, reinforcing short-term bearish bias. On the daily time frame, GameStop has now formed a confirmed death cross, with the shorter-term EMAs crossing below the longer-term EMAs, solidifying a bearish trend structure in the near term. In line with this development, price action appears increasingly likely to rotate back towards the golden ratio, 0.618 fib support at 19.5. Momentum indicators further support the downside scenario. The MACD lines are bearishly crossed, while the MACD histogram has begun to tick lower again since yesterday, signaling accelerating bearish momentum. Meanwhile, the RSI continues to hover in neutral territory, offering no immediate divergence or reversal signal. All right. Should GME revisit the 19.5 golden ratio support, a bullish reaction remains plausible given prior price behavior at this level. A successful bounce could see a price reattempt to move towards the 0.382 Fibonacci resistance at 26.2. A confirmed breakout above this resistance would open the path toward the next key level at the golden ratio resistance of $30. How many times are you just going to repeat the same thing over and over again? I feel like I've literally read the same thing like 3 times. It's just different indicators, different time frames, but he's still just essentially saying the same thing over and over again. So I don't know. Technical analysis is kind of whack. Bearish outlook on the 4-hour chart of GameStop stock. On the 4-hour chart, GameStop is showing accelerating short-term weakness as the EMAs are on the verge of forming a death cross, which would confirm a bearish trend in the immediate term. Momentum indicators reinforce this outlook. The MACD lines are already bearishly crossed, and the MACD histogram exhibits a clear downtrend, signaling continued selling pressure. Meanwhile, the RSI has entered oversold territory, but without a clear divergence. It provides no actionable bullish or bearish signal at this stage. The overall structure on the 4-hour chart favors further downside or consolidation before any meaningful recovery attempt. See, I could never even base my investment off of technical analysis because I just don't view GameStop in that way. I truly think as GameStop continues to grow, the stock is going to continue to grow, or the potential downside on the stock is going to continue to be less and less. So, eventually in the future, it will potentially just be a risk-free trade if the business grows at a moderate pace. And if it grows more than it's supposed to, if it's really supposed to be the Berkshire and the multi-hundred-billion-dollar company, I mean, technical analysis is meaningless. GameStop technical summary and key levels. GameStop has experienced a short-term rebound from the golden ratio support at 19.5, previously surging 30%, but overall remains in a broader bearish structure across multiple time frames. Key resistance levels include the 50-month EMA at 22.8, 0.382 fib at 26.2, and the golden ratio at $30. Short-term charts daily and 4 hours show death crosses and bearish MACD signals, indicating momentum favors downside. And then it just has another recap for the 5th, 6th time. Key support levels, golden ratio, 19.5. 200-month EMA, 15.4. Key resistance levels, 50-month EMA, 22.8. 0.382 fib, 26.2. And golden ratio at $30. And then the snapshots were monthly EMAs, bullish golden crossover. Weekly MACD approaching bearish cross. Daily 4-hour EMAs death cross short-term bearish. RSI neutral to oversold. And the outlook, short-term momentum remains bearish with potential retests of 19.5. A confirmed break above 26.2 would be required to shift the trend toward a bullish recovery. Well, alrighty then. That wasn't a bad article. I appreciate the analysis. I just don't put any weight on technical analysis. It's not going to change my investment thesis at all. But pretty interesting. I also just don't agree that the stock is bearish. I think it's neutral if you're looking at a long-term time frame. Maybe in certain ways it's bearish, certain ways it's bullish if you ignore all of this stuff, but I think overall it's just neutral. Oh, we're getting some good stream clips right now, bro. We're getting some good stream clips. That's great. That's great. Let's see. Many national banks will begin raising interest rates, causing funds to withdraw from stocks and gold. Gold prices will fall sharply, and be sure to share this information with your friends and family. Banks probably won't begin increasing interest rates. Interest rates are probably as high as you'll ever see them. So I disagree. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know where you got that from. The Fed's actually going to cut rates this year. At least once. Maybe twice. So banks' interest rates are actually going to go down if you're going off of that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where you got that from. Corey's a digital asset. Well, thank you, Isaiah. I thank you, bro. Now you're a digital asset. No, you're a digital asset. 31 watching. Yeah, nobody likes the video, bro. And I'm sure some of them are bots. I don't know. Unless the stream randomly grew over the weekend. Probably some bots in the chat. Or in the stream. Let's see. What other articles do we got here? That's a Bitcoin one. I don't know if I want to read that one. This one could be okay, maybe. What else do we got? A lot of short articles. That's a Bitcoin one. Yeah, I don't know. Read quite a bit already. An hour. I've only been streaming for an hour. Rip. What is this one? Is this paid? I can't even read this article. I think it's a paid article. Okay, so we can't even read that one. Oh, this one could be good. That one's pretty long. I think this is just a... I don't know. Just like a summary. This is the same article as that one. Is this one? Pretty sure. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Oh, these are the same. Potentially. Yeah. Acquisition like a retail its future. I think those are the same article. I don't even know, bro. None of these are good, man. We already kind of read all the bad good ones. Let's look at some other stuff for now. I'm gonna save these. Delete that. Save these for later, maybe. Can I add tabs to favorite? There we go. Stock's not moving. That's not a surprise. Probably nothing on Reddit. Most likely. I guess Burry potentially bought. Let's see, what does it say? 13% position on the GameStop for Michael Burry now. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Debating selling that Gengar promo. I like the card, but that thing's still selling over 100 is regarded. I would say if you don't think it's a 10, sell it. But if it's a 10, keep it. Because if it's not a 10, it's most likely only worth like $50. Because that's how much all the other ones are worth. All the other stamped GameStop cards. Unless they went up because of that promo. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think I guess Umbreon would be the most expensive one. That's actually, I mean, let's look at the Umbreon card. Because the Umbreon card would probably be the most similar to that. Yeah, see, the Umbreon's only $50 as a PSA 9. It's 400 as a 10, so if you think you could get a 10 out of it, then definitely don't sell it. But if you think it's like an 8 or a 9, I think $100 is a steal for that. Because even the Umbreon, I mean, the Umbreon's only selling for like $50. PSA 9, $40. Like, just, yeah, I don't know. Or you just keep it and just not care because it was free. Perfect Order was the least hyped set in forever, so scalpers needed something to get behind for Pokemon release day. Yeah. True. I guess, I don't know. It's up to you, man. It's up to you. I would probably sell it, but I'm also not a card guy, so, you know, it's a little different. You actually like cards and you like collecting, so might be worth keeping potentially. What the heck happened to the... Hopefully the stream didn't just clap. The chat clapped. That was weird. That was very weird. All right, let's see. Policy no inflation outlook in check. No need to hike rates because oil shock. Trump says U.S. will destroy Iran's oil wells without deal. 401k alternative asset rules proposed by the Labor Department. Bill Ackman says it's one of the best times in a long time to buy quality stocks. I actually agree with that, but I'm only going to buy GameStop. Isn't it funny now that like some stocks are actually coming down and are potentially good value? GameStop's still the only stock I want to buy personally. I'm not interested in any of those things. Like if GameStop's holding this well mid-market crash, man, I'm excited for the future. Palo Alto shares pop as CEO Nikesh Arora buys stock for first time in years. JetBlue raises check bag fees. E-Trade in talks to lead SpaceX IPO share sell to small investors. Ugh, I wouldn't buy SpaceX's IPO. That shit's gonna be way too hyped. Iran's attacks on aluminum producers are sending shockwaves to the metal market. Trump wants to take the oil in Iran. Russia welcomes arrival of oil tanker in Cuba. Okay, nothing really exciting there. I've always liked the GameStop stamp promos. To be honest, never really cared about Gengar or understood the hype. But I hit the Gengar SR last week, and now I'm a Gengar hype beast. That's so funny. Gengar! That's my boy right there. That's my boy Gengar. That's funny, bro. That's actually funny. My gamer claims they bought a GTA 4 prototype for €5 at a flea market. Oh, that's clutch. Xbox Game Showcase 2026 announced with Gears of War Direct. Yeah, nothing there. iShowSpeed's cheat code. New York police and firefighters charity hockey game ends in a mass brawl. No way. They got Smoke on the Water playing while the firefighters and police are just beating each other's asses. This has got to be staged, right? Yeah, beat his ass. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Those two are like hugging. They're not even fighting anymore. That was hilarious, bro. That was awesome. 10K iPhone 17 Pro features piece of Steve Jobs, iconic black turtleneck. Turtleneck and chain. Turtleneck and chain. YouTube chat logs reveal employees aimed for viewer addiction and scrapped safety tools. Jeff Goldblum clip from old Jurassic Park game goes viral as he tells players to touch grass. What? Some weird ass news. Costco hot dog themed bourbon. Ooh. Delicious. That sounds so good. Impossible PlayStation trophy platinum. What is this? Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 Plus on PS Vita has built a near mythical reputation among trophy hunters. Brutal difficulty and infamous tag missions. Japanese PSN user known as Takorvi has become the first player to unlock the game's platinum trophy 13 years after the game's release. Holy shit. Platinum trophy Master of the Secret Arts requires clearing every challenge in the game, including late-stage missions that many players have struggled with for years. However, what makes the PS Vita version especially punishing is how those challenges are handled. Moves to online. The Vita release of Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 removes online co-op entirely, forcing players into tag missions with an AI partner instead. Mode also wasn't rebalanced for solo play. AI is widely criticized for being unreliable in high-level encounters. Difficult missions into a nightmare. Took 600 hours to get 100% in completion. Wow. Wow, 9 hour and 55 minute playthrough just to get it. That's crazy. 13 years later, and they're just now unlocking that trophy. That's actually crazy. Israel lost. I wasn't able to watch the fight. Who else fought? Of course Israel lost. That dude has lost like the last 5 fights, I thought. It's not surprising at all. He got knocked out. Yeah, when was the last time Israel even won a fight? He hasn't won a fight since Pereira. Ugh. Yeah, Israel's Aro's got on Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso's sexy as fuck, bro. And she's a beast. I don't know any of these other people. Oh, Terrence McKinney won again. Another round 1 knockout for Terrence McKinney, bro. That guy's a beast. That guy's a beast. Did Chase Hooper win? Oh, Chase Hooper lost again? Oh my god. Chase Hooper lost again, bro? That's great. That's crazy. That'll be a good bet one of these days. One of these days, Chase Hooper is going to be a good bet again. It's only a matter of time. I don't know the rest of those people. You got Nike earnings tomorrow, so at least we got like an Nike or an earnings report this week. One of the best cards in a long time. So many finishes last weekend. I wish I could have watched it, man. It looks like there's a ton of KOs. It looks like a good card. I didn't really know many of the fighters, but they all looked like good fights. I wish I could have got to watch it. Everything's like flat. What economic data do you got this week? Yeah. Job data. Planting data. That's new, I think. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Interesting. Mortgage data, of course, sales, manufacturing. You got a decent amount of data this week. Employment data. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. Nothing there. Crypto's down, sort of. Square begins automatic Bitcoin payment rollouts to millions of U.S. merchants. ICE announces 600 million strategic investment in Polymarket. I don't know what that is. Well, I know what Polymarket is, but I don't think there's really any news today. All the people left because I stopped reading GameStop articles, but that's fine. I don't even know if I'll stay till the close. We'll see. We'll see. WoW gets a Pride event. Alrighty. Saw that news. Meta's testing Instagram Plus sub service. Uber acquire Berlin-based chauffeur hailing app. Xbox Game Showcase set for June 7th. Oh, that's a day before the vote for the compensation package, I think. I wonder if GameStop will have like a commercial or anything for Xbox Game Showcase. Probably not, but that'd be kind of cool. Austria pursuing social media ban for kids under 14. NASA pauses its lunar gateway plan. Comet reverses its spin. Ugh, excuse me. Kash Patel's personal email account was accessed by hackers linked to Iran. Crazy. Crazy news. Not very much news, though. UFC boss tells fans to shut the fuck up about AI slop ads and just watch. That's hilarious. Just watch. Sophia Turner got injured, so the Tomb Raider TV series is halted. Kind of interesting. Oh, okay. Buzzer beater UConn basketball game win last night? Nah, I didn't. I don't think I can watch like that type of stuff on stream either. Ugh. How's everyone's weekend? You guys have a good weekend? Probably not gonna stick around. I'm probably not gonna stick around for the close, so read some more articles tomorrow. And got Nike earnings tomorrow. I just don't feel like reading anymore today. I wasn't even gonna stream today, honestly, but I wanted to get on here and get some articles read. Chill, nice. Bracket was long busted. That's good, bro. That's good. We had another snowstorm this morning, so that sucked. Oh, that does suck. It's been so nice here, bro. It's been so nice. The weather's been like perfect. And I've just been being lazy. I've skated a little bit, but I haven't gone golfing really. I haven't really felt like golfing. I don't know why. I'm just not in a golfing mood. Nobody else? Alright, well, I'm gonna get out of here in a second. I just want to see how that video I posted did. 5 views? What the hell? Why is that only got 5 views? That's weird. That's weird. Happens though. Sometimes they flop. I thought that one would do okay though. It's very weird. I mean, I guess it's only been up for an hour. Very weird, very weird. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. Well, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a good one. Did Mooma have like an exit moment, or has he not been around the stream for a bit? I haven't seen him. I'm not really sure what happened. Not really sure. There was one of these days that I was just like in a really bad mood and I hopped on stream for some reason. And then I just ended the stream like 20-30 minutes in. And I haven't seen him since then, so I'm not sure. Not really sure what's going on there, but it is what it is, man. People come and go all the time. That's how streaming is. They find new things to watch, or I say something they don't like, or I'm in a bad mood and they don't like it. You know, there's so many things it could be, but that's just streaming. That's just streaming, my man. Like it sucks. It's part of it though. It's part of it. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for always supporting the stream. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Nike earnings, and I'll read more of these articles. I'm just not really in the mood to stream right now, but I wanted to get on here and, you know, say what's up, read a couple things, get some stream clips ready, and trying to upload at least like once or twice a day. So yeah, hopefully there's still a lot of good content that we can keep reading articles, and GameStop's been releasing a lot of content lately, so it's been exciting. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.